Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So I wanted to take a second look at the Apple MagSafe Battery Pack. This guy right here, in the box. It's not really in the box, I've been using it for about a week now. I made my vlog video going to pick it up, I made my review, I made my comparison review with this guy right here, the Anker PowerCore Magnetic 5K, which I think we all determined is the better deal. But looking at this from a common sense approach and also from an analytic approach, because why does this exist? Like, why in the world would Apple make this battery pack that only has 1460 milliamps of battery and charge you $100 for it? It doesn't charge your phone all the way up. It doesn't even give you that much power. And I know there was a flurry of opinions and angry people and everybody's wrong but me and all these other great things going on out there when it came to this product, but I like to try and take a even keel, level-headed approach and wait for things to come out and then actually test them and see how good they are. So I think that the review holds up fairly well, but there are a couple of things I want to discuss about this that I didn't really talk about in that video. Because why does this exist? Why is it so expensive? Why would Apple make this? And why would you consider buying it over many other products that are clearly much better at doing the job of recharging or charging your phone? I think those are legitimate things to talk about here. So that's what we're going to do. And before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's talk about the MagSafe Battery Pack. So, the Apple MagSafe Battery Pack. What do we know? Well, it charges your phone. It connects magnetically to the back of your iPhone. It will charge other phones. And I had a question about this in my last video. It does not connect magnetically to the back of the S21 Ultra. Like, it doesn't. But what it does do is it still actually charges it. Why? Because it's the Qi or QI wireless charging signal. It's the same wireless charging coil that you get in your wireless charging packs or your wireless charging base stations, all that good stuff. Same technology. They put a coil in here that sends electricity, and there's a receiving coil in your phone. And some of them, like the Samsung ones, can do it like reverse charging, and that's cool too. But this will actually work with anything that charges using the Qi wireless charging standard. It'll even work with your earbuds. I think I got a pair around here I can show off. No, I don't. Anyway, so yeah, you can charge your earbuds with it. I mean, it's pretty neat. You can't charge the Apple Watch. It uses some sort of different charging technology, whatever. But yeah, so it'll charge pretty much anything that you throw at it with a wireless charging coil in it. However, it won't recharge it very much because you're only getting 1460 milliamps of battery. And I had some speculation on that when it first came out. I know I didn't understand a lot when it came to the battery, and there was a lot of arguing. There was a lot of people who were really throwing around numbers and calculations and a lot of egos and attitudes. And I really didn't like that. That's not how I roll. I don't appreciate that stuff. So when I see other people doing it, it's really a big turnoff. We're here to look at things objectively, not as scientists, maybe even pseudoscientists, because of course we do look at the things and tell you whether they work or not. So there is some, theories and testing and practicality and hypotheses and all these great things. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like we're saving the world or solving world hunger or world peace, any of that stuff. But 1460 milliamps. So somebody did cut this open and determine there's actually two battery cells in here. Now, it's still only 1460 milliamps as far as I know. And that's what that means. It's not so much, I think you could have like 5 cells, but it's the amount of energy it's supposed to be able to transfer. So if it can transfer 1460 milliamps, but it does it at a significantly higher wattage and voltage rating because it has more battery behind it, it's like it's got a lot more juice in the container, but still only can travel and transfer so much. So on the back here, it says that, input 5 to 9 volt, 3 amps max, 1460 milliamps, 7.62 volts at 11.13 watt hours. There have been a lot of people who apparently got their electrical engineering degrees here over the last week and have been trying to explain that to people, but where the rubber meets the road, I tested it, I double tested it, I 100% charged it. It takes about an hour and a half to charge, by the way, if you have the proper charging. You can charge it with up to a 20 watt power adapter. at least an 18. If you do a 10, or it's going to take you a long time. So on average, I think about an hour and a half, and it takes about 2 hours and 10 minutes to 2 hours and 20 minutes to drain it when your phone is on standby mode. Now I tested this twice, completely, fully, filled it all the way up, drained it all the way down on my iPhone 12. I was very surprised because I got 56% both times. And that was odd to me because they were charged at different ranges. And you may not know this, but commonly known in the tech world, it takes less juice or less energy to charge up the cells first. Like the emptier the cell, the easier it is to charge it, because as it gets more full, there's resistance. That's also why once you get to 90%, this will shut off. Now you can go in and you can mess with the settings and make it still charge to 100% after that, but typically that's why when you get these power ratings, it's like, okay, it will recharge your battery 50% in 30 minutes. But then it takes an hour and 10 minutes to do the other 50%. You're like, why? That's like 2.5 times longer. Why does that take so long? Well, it takes more energy. It's trying to fill up this container that's already partially full. So it's got more resistance. It's more difficult. At least I believe that's how it works. So I was surprised because I tested it the first time and it had 25% battery, and I went to 81%, so 56%. And then the next time I started with 2% battery and I went to 58%. And I thought, well, if it's got to do from 2 to 58, I mean, if it's doing that 56% grid block of battery, then it should have gone a little bit farther. So I was surprised that it went just as far both times. 100% battery, fully drained, 56% both times. And that's okay, but I think philosophically the way to look at this, and this is only something that I think Apple could come up with, it's not really a recharge for your phone. It's a battery extender. The way this works is it works very, very well. It connects and it basically makes it like an extension to the battery in your phone. Kind of like native storage as opposed to external storage, even though it is external. There's an NFC chip. It lines up the magnets just so to give you an optimum charge with the most efficiency, and your battery kind of siphons from it while it uses it. And it's a very, very interesting thing. It's not just the brute power of sending watts, sending milliamps over from one battery to the other and topping it off. So they've done it very efficiently. It's got a 2-cell battery in there, 1460 milliamp battery. And basically it kind of works out where you get all of it. It basically transfers all of it. So gives you half a charge on an iPhone 12 or 12 Pro, significantly less than that on an iPhone 12 Pro Max. And I was reading some articles, it seems like it gets about 82-83% on an iPhone 12 mini. So you're not getting a full charge out of this. I do have a conspiracy theory though, because here's the thing, Apple's late to the game with the 120 hertz, even the 90 hertz refresh rate. One reason being they haven't found a way to make it where they can preserve the battery life. Apple likes to keep their phones more thin, and they like to stick with the same form factor. They don't like to move things around. They don't like to make them fatter to accommodate more battery. They even shaved off about 15% battery from the iPhone 11 to the iPhone 12 so they could change the design to that flat design. A lot of people weren't happy about that. I was one of them. So when it comes to the enhanced refresh rate, we're expecting it to be at least in the Pro model of the iPhone 12s or 13, whatever the heck they're going to call it. And we know it's going to drain the battery. We know that. We've tested it. We've been messing with this technology for years now in Android. It really puts a drain on the battery. So I think that they came out with this before the phone is here to give you a battery pack to throw on there to extend or maintain a longer battery life if you want to use the enhanced refresh rate once it comes out. And here's the other thing. I'm fairly certain that Apple's going to have it adaptive. They're going to have an LTPO AMOLED display, which means they're going to be able to regulate and adjust the amount of refresh that's going on. Basically, they can refresh at 1 frame per second or up to 120 frames per second. I haven't found that's actually done a whole lot for my Samsung phone, but hey, it's actually going to be a Samsung panel too, for those of you guys who don't know that Samsung screens go in Apple phones a lot of times. It's kind of an interesting thing, the way technology works in the technology world. Well, I think that they're coming out with this now, and that's one of the reasons why they're not giving you a battery rating on it. See, that's another thing that Apple didn't say, hey, it's going to give you this much charge. Hey, it's going to last this long. Hey, it's going to give you this much more battery. Hey, it's this much better than your competitors. It's not really better than any of the competitors, and it's not going to give you that much battery life, but I think what it's designed to do, you toss it on there, helps preserve your battery life so you can use your phone longer while you're out and about. Very easy to charge. You can use your lightning charging cable. You can plug it in. You can plug it in here and it'll charge your phone. Or you can plug it into your phone, it charges your phone, and then it charges this. And it's not really reverse wireless charging. That's a very rudimentary way of trying to explain it, but effectively, yes, it will pass over and charge your battery pack if you plug the cable into your phone. So that's kind of neat. And it's neat too because it works as a, whoop, this thing's slippery. This thing actually works as a MagSafe power adapter. It doesn't work as well though. See, the MagSafe power adapter, from what I know, it's capable of doing, I can't remember. Somebody else tested it and it came out to about 14 watts is what you get, as opposed to, they said it was like 40% less effective than the actual MagSafe charger. But here's what I like about this. So let's pretend, because I'm recording with my iPhone, let's pretend this is your iPhone. This will connect onto the back because it's MagSafe. So let's say you plug your charging cable into this, you've got it setting down, you pick it up, you walk off, it's already on your phone. And that's the nice thing about it. And I think that's where some of this seamless transition comes into play because it's already there. It's already on your phone. It's already connected. It's like you already have this, it's like that sturgeon fish that totes around on the shark's bellies. It's kind of a symbiotic relationship. They live and they work together, and the fish helps out the shark, shark helps out the fish, all that good stuff. Well, this is a sturgeon, and it just kind of hangs on and goes with your phone, and it gives you that extra battery life. You're supposed to not really think about it, although it does kind of get in the way. It does take up a significant portion if you have an iPhone 12 mini, like most of the back. And then on the iPhone 12, you can see it's pretty sizable here. I don't know. There are no excuses I'm making for this. I'm just trying to think and say, what is this for? Why did they come up with this? And the only thing I can think is they know the battery life's not amazing on the iPhone 12 series, and it's going to be even less amazing, I think, on the iPhone 13, especially we're going full bore with 5G now. We've got the enhanced refresh rates coming for the at least Pro Series models is what we believe. So I think that's why they made this. I think it's so that you can get better battery life once the iPhone 12s or 13 comes here. I think that it's good that you can toss it on the back of your phone. It does give you benefits. It's the only one that integrates with iOS. See, Apple doesn't certify these other ones as MagSafe. So even though this Anchor one right here uses a magnet and it connects and it uses the Qi wireless charging, it's not actually MagSafe certified. It's not MagSafe. MagSafe comes from Apple, and it's nice because it's future-proof. At least until Apple changes something. But I mean, I don't think they're going to change anything too substantially as far as the phones go. See, we've got MagSafe with the iPhone 12. They'll have it with the next one. They'll have it with the next one. I'm sure it's going to be around for a while. That's what I like about it, because you don't have to worry about buying a battery case every time you get a phone. So if you think about it, if you get an iPhone 12, next year you get an iPhone 13, well this year, you get an iPhone 13 or 12s, whatever it's called, you get the next one next year, you can use this with each iteration of the phone. So it's a generational product. So you do get a little extra longevity out of it. It does work as a MagSafe charger. So if you look at it from I'm going to use this for 3 or 4 years. I'm going to use it for a couple different phones. I can hand it to my friend, my wife, my colleague, my boyfriend, whoever, if they need to charge, if they need a little extra battery on their life and their phone. And then if your AirPods or your Jabra earbuds or whatever die, toss it on the charger real quick and charge them that way. So I think it's versatile. I think that there is some real-world applicability for it. I think Apple was smoking absolute rocks with a $99 price tag. It really irks me that they think that that's cool. I mean, they could have made this a much more beneficial product for a lot of people. They could have tossed some extra battery in here. If they actually had a larger battery in here, people would be singing its praises right now instead of being so much controversy. So, but then that wouldn't be Apple, right? So that's the story of the MagSafe Battery Pack. It's cool. It shows you the battery percentage on your phone when you plug it in, like when you toss it on there. You can go to the battery widget and look there as well to see all the battery stuff for your phone and then for your MagSafe Battery Pack. You can use it as a MagSafe charger. You can use it on the new iPhones that have MagSafe. You can charge other phones with it. There's a lot of versatility to it, but it takes a long time to charge. It's very slow to discharge. It takes about 2.5 hours. It only charges at 5 watts. It's just not the greatest. It's like a halfway measure that costs full price. And that's probably the best thing I can say about it. But I'm sure some people love it. Some people are going to be really happy to have it. I'm sure some people will buy like 5 of them. There's going to be that guy or girl. So that's all I've got in this video talking about the MagSafe Battery Pack. Maybe this gave a little bit of illumination and gave you some insight as to what I think it's for, how well it works. Is it any good? Is it worth the money? It's totally not, really. I mean, if you're going to stick with Apple for a long time, but My thing is go get this Anker one for $45 that will charge up your entire iPhone 12 or 12 Pro. And you can use this one externally too. And the other thing that irks the living heck out of me, there's no battery gauge on the outside of this. There's not. When you plug it in, if it's not charged, it flashes orange. And if it's full, it flashes green. That's all you get. This one right here, the Anker, you can press the button and it'll show you how much battery it's got in it. So, I mean, other people have been a little bit more ingenious with this, but that's the story I've got on the MagSafe Battery Pack. That's all I got. I can't talk about this anymore. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when the new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.